I don't know what's going on right now, but there are so many celebrities who are coming forward to take a stand against cancel culture right now, and it is a glorious thing to see. This is something that we have needed for a while. We need more people of influence, people who are in high positions to start taking a stand against the dangers of cancel culture. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't have the balls to do that, especially when it comes to Republicans. It seems like they should be the ones who are at the forefront of taking a stand against cancel culture, but most of them barely even call it out at all, and it is a horrific thing. It is very, very shameful in my opinion. But right now we have Chris Rock, another comedian, who is coming forward to take a stand against cancel culture, to bash cancel culture for what it is, how destructive it is to our society, and to, I guess, anybody who really wants a free society at all. I mean, without free speech, which is exactly what cancel culture attacks right in the jugular, without free speech, there would be no civil rights movement. There would be no, women's voting rights or anything like that. None of that would have happened without free speech. And that is the exact same thing that our culture, for some reason, is wanting to destroy right now. Well, we know why. We know why the establishment wants to destroy free speech. We know why they're continuing to encourage cancel culture, but it is a dangerous thing. It is a dangerous precedent for our society, and thankfully it seems like more and more people are waking up to see that. So we're gonna take a look at what Chris Rock has to say here. He has some really excellent things to say, but before we get into that, I do have a sponsor for this video. Today's sponsor comes from Flip City Magazine, a satire magazine that loves poking the bear of political correctness, which is of course something that I appreciate, and I know that you guys appreciate as well. And on top of that, they also love to do things like roast cancel culture, something that I talk about a lot on this channel. So, on the back here on this magazine, I found this to be really funny. So it says, remember, always take proper precautions and check local ordinances before reading Flip City in public, and maintain 6 feet distance from social justice warriors, which is of course the minions of cancel culture itself, right? Like, SJWs are the ones that are pushing all of this insanity in a lot of cases. So make sure that you go check out Flip City Magazine and use the coupon code JR10 when you subscribe over there to get 10% off, and that really does help support me a lot, and also, gives you a little discount as well. So as you know, this channel is still demonetized, so that really would mean a lot to me if you guys would do that. So with that being said, make sure you use that coupon code JR10 to get a discount when you go to Flip City Magazine. They do some excellent stuff over there, and I highly recommend it if you are anyone who appreciates, people who are taking a stand against a lot of the insanity going on in our culture. So let's go ahead and get into this. Chris Rock rips cancel culture. It's pushing America to a place where people are scared to talk, which is what they love. They love that. That is what the establishment wants. That's what the media wants. That's what our government wants. They want people to just shut up, fall in line, don't resist, and do what they want you to do. And that is exactly why we should continue to fight for free speech. And of course, the SJWs, they're so stupid, they don't realize this. They're just continuing to do whatever the establishment wants them to do, which is why the establishment loves them so much. They love SJWs because SJWs are mindless drones who will just fall. They're NPCs, right? Like, this is something that we know. They will just fall in line. They will do what they're told, and they will continue to attack anybody who is part of the resistance, who goes against the establishment. So actor comedian Chris Rock, who I just saw recently in Spiral. He was really good in Spiral. It's the newest Saw movie that just came out. He did an excellent job in that. That's the first dramatic role that I've seen him in, and he was so good. So good. He did such a great job. So I do recommend watching that if you are into, the Saw movies at all. Actor-comedian Chris Rock ripped the continued embrace of cancel culture in modern society, concluding the country has reached a place where people are scared to talk. Boom, he is 100% correct. During a recent appearance on The Breakfast Club, the grown-up star spoke about the dangers of cancel culture and what it has done to basic dialogue and culture in the United States. It's weird when you're a comedian because, like, when you're a comedian, when the audience doesn't laugh, we get the message. You don't really have to cancel us because we get the message. They're not laughing. Our feelings hurt. When we do something and people aren't laughing, we get it, Rock said. The Spiral star continued, which is a great way of putting it, right? Like, that's awesome. That's great. There's such a big difference between people being like, okay, that joke wasn't funny, you know, I'm not gonna revel in that. I'm not going to laugh at that because it just wasn't funny. There's a difference between that stance and being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what you said. I am outraged and I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to destroy your career because of what you said. Huge difference between those two different responses to comedians. And this is obviously just one example of what cancel culture goes after. The spiral star continued. I don't understand why people feel the need to go beyond that. You know what I mean? Honestly, to me, it's a disrespect. It's people disrespecting the audience like, oh, you think you know more than the audience. The audience knows more than everybody, okay? You know, but hey, some things don't need to be said. Some people need to be looked out for. I definitely understand that, but not letting comedians work as, you know, what happens is everybody gets safe, and when everybody gets safe and nobody tries anything, things get boring. And our culture is getting more boring. Our entertainment is becoming more boring. Talking to people is becoming more boring because everyone is walking on eggshells, and we need to stop. Just stop. Just stop. All you're doing is just giving power to a very loud minority of people who work for the establishment. That is all that you are doing. It needs to stop. Be yourself. Say what you believe. Say your opinions. Don't be afraid to do that. We need that in our culture. That is the only way that we're truly going to continue to take a stand against cancel culture, is by being bold, being yourself, you know? As a result, the Week of Actor said he has witnessed many unfunny comedians, unfunny TV shows, unfunny award shows, and unfunny movies because everybody's scared to make a move. 100% correct. Most comedies are so pathetic nowadays. They aren't funny. I don't laugh at most of the stuff. I don't enjoy most of the content out there because it's all just woke milquetoast nonsense. That's not a place to be. You know, we should have the right to fail because failure is a part of art. 100% correct. He said, describing such as the ultimate cancel. But now, you know, you got a place where people are scared to talk. That's not, you know, especially in America, you're scared to talk, but, you know, that's what people want, you know, just to make adjustments. So, Rock, who has touted left-wing causes in the past, made waves in December after pitching then incoming President Biden to create a Supreme Court of Science. Okay, well, whatever. You know, obviously that's him getting into his politics and everything else, which I don't agree with at all. But when it comes to what he's saying here about cancel culture, he is correct. He is correct. And it's so weird to me. It's so weird to me that these leftist people are the ones who are kind of in a way leading the charge against cancel culture. It just doesn't feel right, man. It just doesn't feel right at all. That is not the way that it should be, man. We need more people who are more part of the conservative right-leaning side of things to be bold in what they say against cancel culture, to call it out, to bash it, to slam it, to discredit it. That's what we need more of, and I hope that more people will start to do that. So anyway, with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about what Chris Rock has to say here in regards to cancel culture? I think he has a lot of really good points. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you go use that coupon code JR10 at Flip City Magazine. It really does help me out a lot. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.
With my heart